Number 10 Downing Street, the home of the Prime Minister, the most powerful person in Britain. But how is the Prime Minister chosen? And what role do you play in deciding who should live at Britain's most famous address? Each autumn, one of these forms is posted through every door in the country. It's your chance to register for a vote. But it's not your last chance. You can always ring your local council at any time and ask if you're on the list. And if you want to vote for your Member of Parliament, then not only must you be on the list, but you must meet 3 other conditions. You must be 18 or over on election day. You must be a British, Commonwealth or Irish citizen living in the United Kingdom. And thirdly, there's a small list of people who are excluded from voting, like convicted prisoners. And if you're a Church of England bishop or a member of the House of Lords, I'm afraid you'll have to wait for the European elections to cast your vote. So you qualify and you've registered. Now it's time to vote. Nowadays, you can do that in the comfort of your own home. Ask your local council and you can vote by post. But if you don't do that, then you'll need to come here to do your democratic duty. A polling station. Before the election, you'll receive one of these, a poll card, and it'll tell you when and where to vote. You don't have to have one of these to vote, provided you're on the register, and the staff at the polling station can tell you whether you are. Hello, my name is Peter Snow.
Good morning. 606.
606.
Thank you very much. Well, they'll give you a ballot paper, and on it, a list of the people who want you to vote for them with the parties they represent. Well, then the choice is yours. Mark an X against the candidate you want. I'm going to vote for myself, of course. Now, don't make any other mark on the ballot paper or your vote will be disqualified. Once you've voted, just fold the ballot paper in half and put it in the ballot box. It really is that easy. But if you have any questions, just ask the staff. If you can't read or you have problems with English, they're here to help. Don't be put off making your voice heard. Oh, where's the ballot box, by the way? Oh, thank you very much. At 10 o'clock, the polling stations are closed, and all across the United Kingdom, the job of counting the votes begins. Now, as we mentioned, you're not voting for a party, but for a person. You're voting for the person who will represent you in your area of the country. It's called your constituency, and there are 646 of them altogether, big or small in size, depending on their population. The idea is that each seat should include around 70,000 people. The person with the most votes is the winner and becomes the Member of Parliament for that seat. Once elected, this is where those MPs end up, in the Houses of Parliament. Now, usually they're members of a political party, the 3 biggest are the Conservatives, the Labour Party and the Liberal Democrats. There's one independent sitting at the moment, and also members for the nationalist parties in Scotland and Wales, and several parties from Northern Ireland. Now, this is where the MPs sit, in the chamber of the House of Commons, but I'm afraid this is as far as we're allowed to go. The biggest party sits there on the left, and the other parties on the right. The 2 groups are separated by tradition by a couple of swords' lengths from each other, just in case they come to blows. Britain's system means that one party usually ends up with more MPs than all the others put together. The Queen will invite the leader of the party with most support in the House of Commons to become Prime Minister. He or she will then put together a government, choosing a top team of ministers called the Cabinet to run the country. So that's how your vote can decide who live here after the next election. They then have 5 years to run the country until they have to ask the people to vote for them again. And that's our next chance, either to vote them back in or to vote them out.